They don't end up making a deal at the deadline, and Dianna Russini's been all over this news. First of all, Dianna, Will Fuller in the mix. Why did they not ultimately make a move to get Aaron Rodgers another weapon today?
There was definitely a split with the Green Bay Packers in terms of what direction they wanted to move here. There were some that were part of the football organization, or at least the football side of this, that wanted to get Aaron Rodgers a wide receiver. Will Fuller from the Texans being one of those guys. But there were some decision makers here in the front office who did not believe or feel that they wanted to spend that money. They felt that Aaron Rodgers has enough weapons and is able to be as productive as he's been with the guys that they have on their roster at this point. So that's the offensive side of this, Laura. There's also a defensive component to this. We know that they have struggled all season long, stopping the run. I also know that there are people on this coaching staff that really tried to get this front office to make a move here, to get them some defensive players to help there. But as we see now, no moves were made for Green Bay.
As you were talking, Dianna, and you'll be with us throughout this show as well, Mina Kimes, I'm watching your face, and as she was saying that the Packers didn't feel like they needed to add more weapons because maybe they felt like they had enough already on this team. What's your reaction to Dianna's reporting of what the Packers didn't do here?
Well, I think they could have used help on both sides of the ball. We've talked a lot about the lack of wide receivers or playmakers, but defense has been even more of an issue for this Packers team. They ranked 29th in Football Outsiders DVOA, which is an efficiency ranking. And this Sunday, their performance against Minnesota, Laura, much like Marcus Spears' outfit, reminds me of Dan Orlovsky's outfit. They're basically twins. It reminded me of the NFC Championship game because yet again, this defense got steamrolled. I mean, granted, Kirk Cousins threw it a few more times. Jimmy only threw it 6 times, but he didn't attempt a single pass, or complete a single pass, rather, more than 10 yards. See, they're twins, guys. Look at that. It's uncanny. It didn't complete a single pass more than 10 yards downfield. We knew what this offense was going to do. They came in bad weather. They wanted to run the football, and Green Bay still couldn't stop them. This team has punted on the linebacker position, and we're seeing the effect of that year after year, and I'm surprised they haven't made more of an effort to address it.
I like that you in defense, and I like how we getting this day started off early on this show because I can tell it's going to be a good one. Listen, the addressing of the wide receiver spot is what everybody has been paying attention to, and I thought this team was fine, honestly, Dan and Mina, when Lazard was playing at his level and they were waiting for Devontae to get back. But as soon as that injury happened, it was pushed to the forefront that they needed to try to get someone else in there to complement what Devontae does on the other side. We've seen them have their struggles. Aaron Rodgers is solely focused on Devontae and making plays and the guy that he trusts. Tunyon came in at tight end. Valdez-Scantling has not turned out to be a guy. He's had moments, ups and downs. But we were seeing Lazard transition into being a legit 2 and a guy that can make plays down the field based on what we watched him do in New Orleans in particular. But when that transpired, they should have been players in the field for a wide receiver. And for them in their organization to say they have a guy, they don't. They don't because they are not watching what we watching here.
Yeah, and just to reiterate Dianna Russini's reporting, Dan, she's saying that some of the coaching staff said they wanted to make some moves, and then others in the organization not on the same page. Let's go to the macro level here. Why do you think the Packers didn't make moves today?
Well, there's really only 2 reasons. One, if you're the general manager, you either think that you can't win the Super Bowl this year. You either think that your team cannot win the Super Bowl this year, or you think that you're closer than you really are. Because there's no way that Brian Gutekunst, their general manager, watches the same tape that I watched, that you guys watch, that everyone watches and goes, that's a Super Bowl contending football team. There's no way that you can do that and look at the defense and go, that defense is good enough to get a stop when we need him to get a stop. Especially against teams when playoff football comes into play and they very specifically will attack you. So that's my only reasoning to understand it. And listen, I want to address Dianna's report that, there's a different viewpoint between the coaching staff and front office. Do you know who knows the football team better than anybody? The coach. The general manager does not know the football team as well as the coach. The coach is in those meetings every single day, watching tape on their team every single day, watching that practice and grinding. And so if the coach takes a really, really, really good team and says, I need this one piece. I need this one piece for us to go be bona fide Super Bowl contenders, you know what you do? You get it done and you figure out later. You figure it out in 2021 when you're holding a Lombardi trophy. And that's why I'm so disappointed with Green Bay today.
Yeah, you think about Green Bay and the opportunity already having drafted Jordan Love and not getting a weapon, but then a chance maybe to get somebody in there right now and try to win, or maybe on the defensive side of the ball not doing it. It does make you raise questions, especially as we get closer to the postseason with this team.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.